Hello everyone, it's JP
And Floss.
from A Couple of Dabblers, and we're just here to talk to you about us as we have just hit 100 subscribers and we are quite excited. So
Thank you so much for your support. I know our channel is pretty weird on this YouTube platform because we're not specializing in any one particular content, but thank you for supporting us. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you very much. So you might have gleaned from some of the earlier videos what we're like and what we do, but we thought we'd consolidate it here into the one video. So yeah, what I am in my day-to-day life, I'm definitely not a YouTuber. I am a scientist, and so yeah, I work in a lab, so it's kind of wet science as we call it. Yeah, and I enjoy what I do.
In real life, I'm a pharmacist. So I came to Australia 10 years ago when I was 18, and then I did a foundation year, and then I did 4 years of pharmacy plus 1 year of internship. Then I started working in community pharmacy, and then I worked for 2 years as a full-time qualified pharmacist. And then now I am actually in, I guess you would call it industry, which is a minority in the whole pharmacy career. I like it a lot because we don't do retail anymore and I'm quite sick of retail. So that's me. So since it's a channel for both of us, so we'd like to tell you a little bit about us as a couple as well. We met, let me say, almost 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Getting there. 2 months.
So when we were at uni, we actually met online. You were second year?
I was second year.
And
yeah.
I was first year.
That's because you did 1 year of foundation, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bit behind.
So, what did I want to talk about? Turns out we were in the same university, but on different campuses. So if it wasn't for the internet, we would never meet each other.
No, it was all thanks to a pretty old-fashioned dating website now. Now it's all about Bumble, Tinder, but yeah, this is rsvp.com, so this is old school and also expensive. So yeah, don't do that.
We've been dating for almost 9 years, and we're married for getting to 3.5.
I don't think you call it dating anymore when you're married.
We've been together.
Yeah, I think that's
for almost 9 years. Is that okay? Is that acceptable?
I think that's more correct. So you guys might be wondering, what's up with the content on this channel? Well, that comes down to really the two of us.
I originally wanted to start a channel, but I wasn't sure what the content would be, and I'm not really good at talking, especially in front of the camera. So it was at the back of my mind for a while, and then we started talking about it for a little bit.
We both like watching YouTube. We kind of know the kind of stuff we like to watch, and so that's what we're trying to produce, is the kind of stuff that we like to watch and also we like to make.
So I think it started when I really got into cross-stitch. So then I started following people on Instagram, seeing what they cross-stitch, how they cross-stitch, and obviously their projects. Their stitches just look amazing. Even before that, let's say, in beauty or in fashion, everyone just looked flawless. So you always thought, oh, if I'm not that good, why would I want to get into something? If you're not as perfect as they are, you feel like you're not worthy, almost. Like, how come you're the only one that's not good? So it just makes you depressed. It made me a little bit depressed because I thought I really wasn't good enough. So I thought, well, why not make a channel just about how mediocre everyone can be, or you really shouldn't worry about how perfect you are, how good you're at your hobbies. because hobbies are supposed to make you happy, and you're not supposed to just focus on one because you really want to get good at it. Just do whatever you enjoy doing.
That's exactly right. Because none of us too, are exceptionally good at any of our hobbies. I'm not an exceptional painter. You're not a fantastic stitcher. We're not fantastic cooks.
No.
But we give them all a shot equally. And so that's why we kind of wanted to make, a channel for that. But also, that kind of leads into the next point, which is that since we don't have anything we focus 100% on and are exceptional at, we didn't feel we had enough to contribute to make a channel that's solely focused on one kind of thing. Because obviously, the YouTube algorithm really favors a channel that's, one thing, maybe two, but usually one thing only. So like, just gaming or just cross-stitching, that's usually the way things work. But, to have a solely cross-stitching channel, you just need a lot, right? You need to be stitching all the time.
I think the problem with us is we can't seriously get into anything in particular. For me, I think that's a deal breaker. If you really force me to do something and something just by itself, I will just lose my interest. Yeah.
You don't want it to become a job. So we can understand that this channel might be a bit frustrating for some people to watch in that, you'll subscribe, and thank you so much to everyone who did, but we can understand you might be frustrated if you subscribed for some cross-stitching content, and then my little Warhammer, little miniature stuff appears. So we just hope that you can bear with us as we not only get better at editing, but also getting better at putting together content. And if there's something you don't like, then watch it, please. But don't feel obliged to run away, because it's always going to be swapping between the things. You'll always have eventually something. And I think the aim is roughly once a month we'll touch on the different aspects of our hobbies, because that's usually how we fluctuate in our own hobbies. Is usually we have, maybe this weekend will be my Warhammer weekend, where I'll paint a lot, or I'll play a game and I'll show you guys that. And you'll do cross stitches most weekends, but maybe you'll do baking one weekend.
Maybe.
Or we'll play a game together. We'll get on Divinity, we'll play some of that, or a new game. So that's just life. We're not just. She's not just a cross stitcher. I'm not just a miniature painter. Definitely not. So yeah, that's the main reason why the channel is kind of all over the place, and it's really, we're hoping that you're following the channel because of our personality. Because we're the consistent part between all these videos. There's us. You'll always get one of us, at least, as you may have noticed with the little logo down the bottom. So you'll see there's Florina's logo, which is nice, and then there's my logo. A friend of ours drew these. They're really nice. So yeah, we use those to kind of give an idea of which content. So if you want to see more of Florina's stuff, and then you see her picture, in the thumbnail, then click on it, you'll know you'll have that. And if you see just my logo, chances are if it's just me, then it's probably going to be...
Nerdy stuff.
It's going to, nerdy stuff. So it'll be, some Warhammer, maybe a game that I just play by myself. I haven't thought of doing that quite yet, of me just playing a game. I feel like I have to be a bit more interesting. But yeah, that's how you follow along. And if you see the two, then that means it's going to be like this one, both of us, but also it'll be like us co-op gaming, or we've got other things in mind. Maybe we'll do some movie reviews, things like that, where it's a bit more of a discussion. But
so pretty much from the get-go, as you could tell from our channel name, we didn't just focus, we didn't expect to focus on one thing. And because I know as a channel, to grow consistently, to gather dedicated audience, generally you need just one aspect of something to focus on. We expected it was going to be difficult to grow as a channel, but we want to making video become one of our hobbies as well, and that's one way we get to hang out again together as a couple. So we do want to make sure what we make is what we actually want to make, instead of somehow being forced to make. Because if you're not enjoying what you make in the video, uh, it will show. You can hide it, but it will show that you're not so interested as, maybe at the start of the video making journey.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel, especially at the start, it's very hard to solely focus and to turn YouTube into a job because it doesn't generate any revenue at all until, yeah, it was 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 hours of viewing. Like you have to hit both of those.
Yeah.
So I think it's not worth really trying to push ourselves in this as a job when really we just want to provide something and, kind of a fun thing where we can both, when we talk about our hobbies to our friends, we can point to this channel and just say, look, there's actually the example of me doing it. Maybe friends of Farina's will be like, what is cross-stitching, And I mean, Farina could link, a pro's video, but she could also just link her video so they can see that it's realistic cross-stitching. It's not like, here's someone with, 200 projects all going around or showing off their haul, which is fine, but, it's a bit unrealistic to your average person.
I know the content is not consistent, but from my point of view, our attitude is consistent. We like dabbling and we want to encourage you to dabble in anything you want to dabble. Find out what you like, really enjoy your hobbies, not because you have to get good at it, just because it brings you joy. And that's our goal of this channel.
Yeah, we're just a couple of dabblers.
So, is there anything you're worried about regarding our channel? Any fears? Anything stopping you?
That it won't do well? That's about it.
You're not scared of talking to a camera?
Not really. As a scientist, I have to give a lot of presentations all the time. Well, used to. Not so much anymore, thanks to the pandemic. But normally I would be giving at least a couple of presentations a year, which are usually quite stressful because they're in front of a lot of people that know a lot more than you. So this is pretty easy because I'm really just talking to people that might know more than me, but I can't know for sure.
For me, I have a lot of fears. I tend to be a more worrying and timid person. So like I said at the start of the video, I'm not very good at talking. And also English is my second language. But even in Chinese, I'm not a very good talker. I'm not very eloquent. And then starting this channel with JP, obviously I knew from the get-go it was going to be in English. So I was really scared that I might not be able to talk, like full on, could not talk. Also, what if I use the wrong word and then it's taken the wrong way for some weird reason, just because I'm not, perfect in the language, and then it gets blown up. It gets blown up into different things. I'm also worried that I know eventually it will happen. There will be some bullies on the internet, saying very aggressive things, just leaving, bad comments because they can piss you off. I'm also worried that the channel is not gonna do well, or like the subscriber counts, instead of going up, it will go down, like how it happened a couple of days ago.
That was just a couple.
Well, because the base number was very small, so suddenly a couple of people left after we uploaded our most recent video, and that kind of brought me down a bit. I understand why, because gaming to a lot of, I guess, cross-stitchers is a very foreign field, and they don't want to get into that, obviously, because they come here just expecting certain content, and then suddenly you bring up a weird thing, and they're like, nah, I didn't sign up for this. But it doesn't mean it doesn't bother me. So I have a lot of fears, unfortunately.
That's a lot. Yeah, I'm
different
okay.
from JP. JP is fearless. Well, not always, but I guess in terms of having a channel, he's fearless.
I guess it helps that English is my first language. If we're doing a Chinese channel, I would be screwed. I would be screwed.
Yeah.
I would be speaking like a 5-year-old
I think you'll
just before bedtime.
You'll be worse than.
Probably worse than the 5-year-old.
Hmm.
Yeah, so let's... Maybe one day we'll do a whole video in Chinese and we'll just see how bad it goes and see how confident you are.
And then you'll see me stumble as well because I'll be like, oh, I forgot how to say this word in Chinese.
Yeah, out of practice. Well, hopefully that's answered some of your questions that you may have not known you needed to ask.
Or if you're not sure exactly what this channel is about, hopefully that answered some of your questions regarding the channel and why it's the way it is. You might be curious about us just in our life, in what we like to do, except the things we've shown you. We will tell you more bit by bit in the future in the videos. I do have a couple plans already. Just either hobbying and talking about us, or I guess talking about us straightforwardly. Yeah? No?
In a straightforward manner?
In a straightforward manner, face to face, on camera. And thanks again for subscribing, commenting, especially the cross-stitch ladies. You guys are very supportive, I know.
It's a very supportive community.
It is it's a very lovely community. I mean, you get the odd people here and there saying nasty things, but overall, everyone's really, really supportive, and they just want you to do well, to enjoy. That's one of the reasons why I want to include cross-stitch, which is a new hobby of mine, in this channel. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.